get started. I welcome everyone. Thank you so much for participating. For those of some of your colleagues that might join a little bit later, that's not a problem at all. As always, we will have a recording of this session. We will make sure to share it with you. We will share it with anybody that's interested. We'll publish it on our website. So not a problem at all if some of your colleagues may not be able to join. So thank you so much for joining. Our topic today in this installment of our webinar series we'll take a look at our Cloud PBX portal and PortaPhone, and specifically aimed at the cloud call center types of services. So very exciting. So let's jump right in and let's get started. So I'm excited to be joined today by two of my colleagues, Dmytro Lavraniuk and Svitlana Melnychuk, and I will ask Svitlana and Dmytro to please just very briefly introduce themselves, just so you know who will be presenting today. Svitlana, if you could go first.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I'm Svitlana, a project manager at PortaOne, working on the PortaPhone project. Today, I walk you through the latest updates of PortaPhone.
Thanks, Svitlana. And Dima?
Amazing. Thanks, Klaus. For the past years, I've been proud to contribute my expertise at PortaOne, with the last 4 years dedicated to driving the development of our self-care portal. And my focus has been on refining the user experience for clients using our Cloud PBX and call center solutions, ensuring that their tools are seamless, powerful, and aligned with the modern business demands.
Excellent. Thank you so much. So here's what we have planned for today for this session. We're going to do a very brief introduction, and then after the introduction of where we'll be talking about why we're having this session, we'll focus on, Dima will take us through our focus on enhancing the cloud call center solutions. So this will be the first topic. The second topic will then be PortaPhone, where Svitlana will talk about what's new there and has some news to share. And we'll have, as mentioned, at the end of today's session, we'll have our question and answer period where you can ask questions. Just before we get started, though, just be aware, if you have a question, feel free to ask in the question and answer pod in Zoom right away. You don't have to wait till the Q&A period at the end. You can ask your questions all throughout. We just may not be able to answer them throughout the session. We'll wait till the end. So why are we having this session today? First of all, I felt it's a very good opportunity for us to bundle and consolidate all the information that we continuously share about PortaPhone and Cloud PBX portal. So as some of you might be aware, we have a very active YouTube channel. We obviously have our other social channels. We have our newsletter. But oftentimes information gets lost, and folks may not be fully aware of what's happening and what's available. So we felt to organize a webinar would be a good idea to give you as an attendee the chance to ask some of your questions, to see what we've been working on lately, and to kind of consolidate and summarize where we are. At the same time, why are we having this session about cloud contact centers? Well, lately there's been a big focus on customer engagement, on any sort of customer experience solutions, and we want to make sure you're aware what tools are available to you to take to your customers, and make sure you have all the information that you might need to offer a value-added service to the market. And also, it's actually a good chance for us, this session today, to see how far we've come. And as many of you are aware, we had a self-care portal at PortaOne for obviously a very, very long time. But it never really met the needs of the market. But just for those of you that aren't aware, this is sort of the starting point of what the self-care used to look like not actually that many years ago. And for those of you that run our platform already, you might be aware that this portal is actually still available. Dima, I don't know if you have any information if it's still in use, but I think most folks have most likely switched over to the Cloud PBX portal.
Some people are still using it, and I even see tickets with our support team where they have to tackle some questions or issues. So yeah, it's still alive, but we encourage everybody to start using the new portal.
Yes, thanks. All right. So now before we start, I'd love to just kind of maybe gauge of what people's situation is at the moment. Are you active in the cloud contact center market? Do you have a solution that you're using at the moment? So I'm going to start a poll here. Let me check the right one. This one right here. So you should have a message pop up on your screen, and if you don't mind answering according to your situation, that would be very good. So we're just very curious if you use some of the professional call center solutions like Five9's, Talkdesk, Genesys, if you're using an SMB focused call center software. There's obviously quite a few out there, 3CX, RingCentral, and obviously quite a few according to your local market. If you're reselling maybe some SaaS solution, or if you use maybe another or open source solution. And if you don't mind, if you do use another solution, we'd be very keen to understand which one. So if you don't mind chatting it to us in the chat that's here in Zoom, that would be fantastic. So I do see we get very good responses. So thank you everyone for responding here. It's very much appreciated. We'll also share the poll results in our recording, and we'll have a little summary of the webinar available to us. So we see the most, because that's something you won't be able to see, but I can share here. Most folks seem to be using number 2, so an SMB focused call center software. And then closely followed with an open source or other with 17%. Thanks so much for everyone responding. Much appreciated. So I'm going to end the poll here, and I'm going to ask Dmitry to take it from here.
Thanks, Klaus. It's really great to know what solutions people have been using, are using, because here we are beginning with the effortless migration of cloud call centers. And let's face it, migrating call center operations to a new provider, to a new solution, can be a real headache. Manually entering agent details is time-consuming and prone to errors, causing delays and even potential disruptions to the service. But what if there was a solution to make this process seamless and error-free? And with PortaSwitch self-care portal, there is actually now call center administrators can import agent extensions in bulk using a simple CSV file. This not only saves a ton of time, but also ensures that call center data is accurate and consistent. So whether you are migrating just a few dozen or hundreds of extensions, you can do it quickly and with confidence. And this brings us to at least 2 main benefits, which is scalability and accuracy. Scalability means you can do bulk upload of dozens and hundreds of extensions in seconds, while ensuring correct setup of all call center agents. And now let's see a short demo that is going to demonstrate how easy it is to use a simple CSV template. So we'll open it full screen how easy it becomes to migrate from a legacy solution. You can download a template and using a simple CSV populate the data about agents, and you just take their names, product, extensions, and bulk upload extensions in one go, quickly migrating call center data into the system. And you see the demo shows how I just uploaded 29 agents in no time. So we do hope that this functionality will help you migrate new call centers to your solution in no time, and help you or facilitate customer onboarding. So we are moving then to the next topic, and this time we're speaking about the real-time call console. In today's fast-paced business world, we see how every call counts, and that's why we decided to develop the real-time call console. And this powerful tool puts live call monitoring and control right at your fingertips. Think of it. Need to place a caller on hold while you consult with a colleague? No problem. Need to transfer a call to a specialist? Easy. Want to turn a one-on-one call into a conference with multiple agents? You can do that too. So with the call console, call centers can manage calls quickly and efficiently directly from the browser, ensuring that their customers always receive the best possible service. And this brings us to two main benefits for call centers. One, call center managers can instantly reroute calls to available agents directly from the self-care portal. And two, when we speak about team collaboration, they can convert a call into a conference by adding other agents on the fly. So now we will see a short demo, and this demo focuses on this real-time call console, right? So as you can see, when a call is initiated, let's make it full screen. When a call is initiated, it immediately will pop up on the console. This gives the call center managers understanding of what's going on. As you see, when the call is accepted, it immediately changes the status. We can see its duration. The short demo also shows how users can efficiently manage calls, specifically by demonstrating a quick and easy call transfer to another team member. And this all happens real time. So the portal is simply connected to your Porta switch. And we believe this real-time call console empowers call centers to manage their calls efficiently and provide excellent customer service. Okay, thank you. Now we are moving to the next topic, which is going to be Wallboard and call statistics. Right, so we are waiting for the next slide. Keeping an eye on the call center's performance is crucial for success, and our customizable Wallboard gives real-time insights into call volume and agent activity. And now, with the new dark theme, it's easier on the eyes and provides even better visibility. Managers can add widgets to track key metrics like call volumes and agent presence and drill down into detailed call statistics that can help them identify trends and areas for improvement. So with the Wallboard, call centers will always have the information they need to make informed decisions and optimize their call center operations, which brings us to two main benefits. The Wallboard's real-time display of key metrics and agent performance can boost motivation and encourage friendly competition among team members. That's when we speak about enhanced agent engagement. And the second benefit is about improved customer experience. Well, by monitoring call statistics and agent activity, managers can quickly identify and address potential bottlenecks, leading to shorter wait times and happier customers. And let's see a short demo. We will try to highlight the customization of the Wallboard, showcasing how users can easily add widgets of different types. You see they grab some time range, they're adding widgets for key metrics like call volumes, or this one is showing the agent presence all in real time. Or the third widget you see here allows embedding the contents of other web applications from the call center ecosystem. And this demo also shows how to switch to the visually appealing dark theme, so that you can open the Wallboard full screen somewhere on the wall-mounted TV for enhanced monitoring. And we do trust that the Wallboard will give call centers the visibility needed to optimize their performance. Okay. Now we are quickly moving to the next topic, which is about PortaSwitch allowing call queue exit options. So we all know how frustrating it can be to be stuck in a call queue, right? Listening to old music is seemingly forever. And now with PortaSwitch, call centers can give their callers a better experience. So our call queues now offer configurable exit options. So if the wait time gets too long, call center can give callers the option to leave a voicemail or even connect with someone else. Call centers can actually configure this, and it's a simple change, but this simple change can make a big difference in customer satisfaction, leading us to two main benefits. If we speak about reduced call abandonment, and providing callers with the option to leave a voicemail can significantly reduce call abandonment rates and improve overall customer satisfaction. People won't be simply pissed off by having to wait in the call queue. And then it also helps us increase agent efficiencies, simply because configurable exit options can also help manage call volumes and distribute workloads more effectively, evenly, allowing agents to focus on more complex things. And we'll now see a short demo helping us understand how it is possible to configure exit options for different call queues, specifically demonstrating how to set a rule for a ring group. You enable the call queue, then you go to the section waiting in queue, define the timeout, and you can set the rule that will prompt callers to leave a voicemail after a specified wait time, improving the overall caller experience. You have other options on the list though, not only voicemail, but having these configurable call queue exit options, we're confident that they are meant to enhance the overall caller's experience and reduce frustration about the call center operations. And after this, we are moving to the next improvement. We call it automated wrap-up scheduling. And now we understand that after every call, normally call center agents need some time to wrap up. Maybe they are to log notes in the CRM or prepare for the next interaction somehow. Our automated wrap-up scheduling ensures that they get that dedicated time after they finish their previous call by automatically setting a wrap-up period after each call. Call centers can improve data accuracy and agent performance. Plus, we believe it also helps ensure that customers aren't put on hold unnecessarily when agents are busy completing their post-call tasks. And that brings us to two main benefits, right? We speak about compliance and reporting when consistent wrap-up times ensure that ensure accurate call logging and reporting, which is essential for compliance and quality assurance purposes for any medium and big call center. And second, by providing this dedicated wrap-up time, agents can better manage their workload and avoid burnout, leading to increased job satisfaction and retention. People will be less prone to quit the job because, of all the stresses they feel, all the calls they have to juggle them. And now we're gonna see a short demo. And this demo focuses on setting up automated wrap-up scheduling for agents belonging to a particular ring group. So you simply call center manager, picks a ring group, enables call wrap-up, sets the timer, thus streamlining post-call tasks, and also can define other call distribution rules, whether they need to ever call agents in a wrap-up state or only sometimes when the call center may be understaffed. You still need to distribute calls. So this way, we believe we designed this automated wrap-up scheduling feature to improve call centers' efficiency and data accuracy, and helping your frontline heroes, agents, be less frustrated. So that's it. Now we are moving to the next topic, and this is all about distribution of calls within a certain department. And sometimes call center agents need a break or some focus time. That's why we've made it easy to pause and resume inbound calls right from the self-care portal. Whether agents need to step away for a few minutes or take a longer break, managers can control their availability. And with the real-time status updates on the Wallboard we previously saw, managers can always keep track of who's available to take calls. This brings us to two main benefits for call centers. So the first one gives the ability to manage agents' availability so that they can control themselves whether they want to get new inbound calls dispatched via the department where they are working, empowering agents and allowing better call distribution for the entire call center. And two, real-time status updates on the Wallboard enable their managers to optimize staffing levels and ensure call coverage at all times. And now we're gonna see a short demo that will showcase how call centers can easily control call distribution among agents, right, belonging to certain ring groups. For example, during breaks or after certain staff changes. And while we open for the video to open, by the way, agents themselves can stop and resume calls from a ring group by dialing a service code from their phones. But here, for full transparency, we see that the manager can actually stop and resume such calls for agents who step away. And then we see here the Wallboard, the widget showing us how managers can monitor the real-time availability of agents on the Wallboard, giving them full transparency. You see the manager simply changes or toggles the status of a certain agent of the group they supervise, and this actually immediately changes the status on that presence widget. So the manager understands who is available and who is not, who stepped away, who is having a break, etc. So we believe that this feature provides the flexibility and control necessary for effective call management, right? So that managers understand who's available, how well the help desk is staffed, right? So that they can, reroute calls and evenly distribute the workload. And we are moving to the next topic, which is about supervising call centers. So here we speak about the supervisor panel, And we all understand that effective supervision is key to a successful call center. So with our supervisor panel, call center supervisors can monitor agent activity in real time. For example, listen in on calls and even intervene if necessary, right? Call centers can offer whisper coaching to guide agents without the caller hearing, or supervisors can barge into a call to provide direct assistance, with customers that, have really serious issues and you need to intervene. It's the ultimate tool for providing real-time support and maintaining call center quality, giving us at least 3 benefits. So real-time feedback and guidance can help agents improve their skills and handle calls more effectively, improving their overall performance. Then by intervening when necessary, supervisors can ensure that customer issues are resolved quickly and efficiently, again, leading to increased customer satisfaction. And the ability to monitor and record calls, allowing for better quality control and identification of training opportunities, means enhanced quality assurance for the entire call center. So let's see a short demo which will highlight the supervisor panel, right? Specifically showing how supervisors can do their routine activities. Now we will try to log in. You will see how a supervisor will log into the same portal, but their view will be different. They will see the supervisor panel, and supervisor is linked to a certain phone line, and supervisor can see that some agents are busy talking real time, and supervisor can join an active call silently to assist an agent in real time. We see 3 options here, like spy, whisper, and barging. And when supervisor chooses the option, they are immediately joined to the call, and you see now we have 3 calls, and all the stats are available for supervisors. So for full transparency, they see how well the help desk they supervise is performing. So we hope that the new supervisor's role and the supervisor panel they can access in the portal, that those can be valuable tools for real-time agent support and call center quality assurance. And we're moving to the next topic. And this also is a very popular topic today with AI everywhere. Call recordings have been supported by PortaSwitch for quite a while, right? And they are a valuable resource for compliance and training. But reviewing call recordings by call center managers or supervisors can really be a time-consuming thing. Hence, our AI-driven call transcription service changes that. It automatically converts call recordings into a searchable text, making it easy to find specific keywords or phrases. And call center managers can use transcriptions for compliance checks, to identify training opportunities, or to analyze customer sentiment, right? It's a powerful tool that can help call centers get the most out of their call recordings, which brings us to at least 3 benefits, which are the first one would be efficient call analysis with searchable transcripts. You make it easy to locate specific calls and analyze customer interactions for insights. Then transcriptions can simplify compliance checks and ensure adherence to industry regulations and overall company's regulations. And by analyzing call transcripts, the people who are responsible for managing the call center can identify those areas where agents need additional training and support. And in this short video, in this short demo, we'll see how the call transcription feature powered by the way, OpenAI's Whisper, we're demonstrating how users can access and download searchable text transcriptions of call recordings along with the export option. So you open the call recording, you access the transcription, you have a search bar, you have an option to copy the text, and while you are reading, you can also listen to the call recording being played back, right? And you also have an option to download the text. For instance, the manager needs to forward the transcription of a conversation elsewhere to their colleagues, to their seniors, or to the agents they supervise, and point to mistakes they made. So we are excited about how call transcription can streamline call analysis and compliance efforts for call centers. For now, as I said, it's only OpenAI Whisper, but should you be interested in other providers, for example, Google Speech to Text, please contact our team and we'll be happy to add the new provider to the portfolio. And at this point, Klaus, I'm passing the microphone back to you, and thanks for bearing with me.
Thanks so much, Dima. It was very, very insightful, and I appreciate the time you took to prepare, to share all of this. One question, there was a question already being asked, and I think we're going to talk a little bit more in the Q&A, but just for the moment, because the question is, in your opinion, will AI replace contact center phone systems? I just want to, before we fully answer the question, and like we've seen with Zoom jumping in and kind of being distracting here, I think our approach on PortaOne's side to AI is we're fully aware, obviously, and it plays a very important role. I think on our end, we're always looking at making sure we put AI in realistic places where it makes sense, and we are not implementing things just for the sake of AI. So it has to be supported by a business reason. And my personal view is that the human element will not go away in the foreseeable future, but AI will definitely play a large role, obviously, in communications. But let's talk a little bit more about that in the Q&A, and I'd like to, at this point, pass the mic to Svitlana, who will talk about the PortaPhone innovations.
Okay, thank you, Klaus. Thank you, Dmytro. I'm excited to continue and to talk about PortaPhone products that we have and the products that can help to enhance your call center services. I think you know that we have a range of solutions tailored to call center, including Web Dialer, a browser-based tool that simplifies outbound and inbound calling. We have PortaPhone Web widget, a fully integrated widget for managing calls directly within the Cloud PBX portal. And we have a PortaPhone application, a mobile application for iOS and Android for seamless communication on the go. Today, I walk you through some of the latest innovations that we have introduced to make these tools even more efficient and user-friendly. And the first will be PortaPhone widget. Let's start with PortaPhone Web widget. Okay, I think you already seen it on Dima's video. So PortaPhone Web widget is designed to simplify call management within Cloud PBX portal. It allows agents to handle calls, view call history, contacts, and all without switching between multiple windows. This seamless integration means improved efficiency and better experience for both agents and customers. And on these screens, you can see the PortaPhone Web widget embedded into the Cloud PBX portal. This integration ensures that agents can handle calls efficiently without leaving their workspace. And actually, we are continuously improving it, and soon we'll be adding both types of call transfers directly into these widgets. And next, our enhancement, it's real-time messaging, in final here. PortaPhone app chats enhance team communication by enabling peer-to-peer and group messaging. So no need to switch to external apps, everything happens inside PortaPhone. Here you can see how easily it's to set up and use PortaPhone chats for the communication. And what is our key features here? It's a one-to-one messaging. It can be group chats, for example, to keep team aligned. And you can see message history here, a quick status update for better collaboration. This feature keeps teams connected and improves internal communication in call center and beyond. Okay, and what other features do we have? Beyond the web widgets and charts, we introduced several enhancements. The first enhancement for web dialer, it's pop-up notifications. So we have a real case when call center agents who don't wear headsets, they can't hear the call, this beep from the web dialer. And now we have this pop-up notification for incoming calls. So no calls will be missed, everything is okay. And we have also some enhancement for PortaPhone app. The first one is an SMS integration. Now PortaPhone supports SMS, so agents can communicate with customers via SMS in addition to calls. And we have our first proof of concept it was Twilio. But our goal is to integrate with local carriers for better rates, either by creating adapters for their HTTP REST APIs or using PortaC with SMPP. And we have some small improvements on the interface. Now you can see calls. In these UI improvements, we can see the status of the call, like calling, ringing, connecting. Well, this is a small improvement, but it makes it easier to monitor call progress. And also in PortaPhone application, we have this new tab with media settings. We added there the configuration for bitrate and codecs options, giving agents more control over call quality. So all these updates aim to make call management more intuitive and efficient for your team. And that's wrap up today's update about PortaPhone. We are continuously improving PortaPhone, and these updates are just the beginning. If you want to experience these features by yourself, don't forget to subscribe to PortaPhone via Dmytro. Try it out and see how it can enhance your cloud call center services. Passing microphone back.
On our second poll here, how often your call center clients, managers, or admins actually need to manage operations on mobile devices. Will they usually be on desktops or tablets, or will they actually use mobile devices to also manage the operation of call centers? That's something that's been on our minds lately, and we'd love to see what your thoughts are in regards to that. So it seems we already got quite a lot of answers here. It does seem occasionally, so weekly or monthly is so far the most popular answer. Few said frequently, occasionally and rarely seems to be the most popular at the moment. So thank you once again. Thanks so much for answering. There's still a few answers trickling in here. It's very much appreciated. As anyone who has worked with PortaOne in the past might know, we're very responsive to customer feedback, and our cloud PBX portal and PortaPhone, and of course our billing platform, PortaBilling, is all driven very much by feedback that we receive from customers. So any sort of feedback like this will help shape the future direction of which we're taking our product, and can only enhance your ability to react to market demand. So thanks so much for feedback there. All right, so I'm going to end the poll here and move on towards our Q&A. But before we do, I'd like to present to you a special offer. We do have an auto dialer available for call centers. It's an MVP status at the moment, so it's an early preview, but fully functioning already. And we'd like to give you a 3 months trial of giving it a go, trying it out, giving us feedback. Hopefully it complements what you're doing with your call centers or with what your customers are doing with their call centers. So we very much hope that you're interested in that. And if you are, please get in touch with us at sales@porta.one, and we can help you to get that organized for you. So let's jump to our Q&A section. So let's start by answering some of the questions that we already got. So I think just to tackle maybe the elephant in the room. So the question was already asked. In your opinion, will AI replace call contact center phone systems? My personal view, as I said, is it will not replace the human element in the foreseeable future. I believe there is a big role in AI, for instance, in translation, with handling different languages that call center agents may not be able to speak the caller's language. But I do want to redirect the question to Dima if he has some thoughts on this, I believe.
And not only thoughts, I do have a sneak peek, because right now we are busy working on adding AI assistance to PortaSwitch. We're gonna use AI real-time API, again by OpenAI, and that will allow businesses to build AI assistants. And instead of configuring a simple auto attendant that will drive users by offering them to, press 1, press 2, we think that businesses can benefit from adding instructions and providing some basic information about the business that the AI assistant can use to answer callers' questions or dealing with their issues. And still, I'm hesitant to say that this will replace human agents totally, because we presume AI assistants will need tools like, if customer requests a conversation with a live agent, we will provide like a call transfer tool that the AI agent will be able to redirect the call, to divert it to a live agent, to a group of agents, to make this interaction even more, efficient. So the answer is no, it won't definitely replace human beings. But yes, it can streamline all the operations, no matter if it's a call center or a business.
Yeah, and I think it will make the supervisors and the agents' life easier, I believe, and the customers by extension to that, the actual caller. There is another question regarding that's sort of related. Are you planning to implement sentiment analysis soon? And I believe we have already looked at that. Dima, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes, yes, we have. We didn't make it as part of a PortaSwitch core. Rather, we use the workflows to integrate all the pieces together, so that the PortaSwitch is responsible for the call recording. Then it sends those call recordings to be transcribed by OpenAI's Whisper. And then when the call has been transcribed and we get the transcription, PortaSwitch can notify external systems like our workflow engine, which then grabs this transcription and sends it, for example, to ChatGPT or any other model, so that the transcription of the call can be summarized and post it, for example, on HubSpot as a CRM node towards the contact you are dealing with. So should you need any other CRMs, it just takes PortaOne workflows to implement the connector to that CRM, and that's it.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks so much. So let's take another look. There's a question here. Is there a detailed feature list of available features we can definitely share? I think, Dima, what would be the best place? Is our documentation portal the best place for a feature list of the Cloud Contact Center?
We do maintain two portals. One is docs.portaone.com, which will provide a comprehensive list of features PortaSwitch supports, and some documents even explain how you can configure this on the self-care portal. And we also have a documentation portal separately for Cloud PBX and call center portal, where the idea is that we post the release notes and post some guides and manuals. But the idea is that you can also have a similar portal with the same information, but branded with your own logo and hosted on your domain, so that you can embed the link to that white labeled documentation somewhere on your site, even your Cloud PBX portal. But yeah, if you want a comprehensive set of features, please visit docs.portaone.com.
Great, thanks. There's one clarification question for web pop-up. Svitlana, can agents see the pop-up even when browsers are minimized, or is it in browser pop-ups and therefore agents should have the browser opened?
Okay, so yeah, you can see this message if the browser is minimized. The only thing, it should be supported on a operation system level. It should be allowed there. So if you have macOS, for example, you need to go to settings and allow this pop-up notifications, but it will be shown. Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. I noticed a question, or maybe a comment. It wasn't really a question in the chat, so I just want to make sure we clarify that. There's a statement, there's no API integrations in PortaOne, especially SMS. I'm not exactly sure what this refers to, but it's definitely not the case. I mean, all of our products have almost 100% coverage for APIs. We use full APIs for SMS capabilities, like Svitlana mentioned. We currently have as a first outbound SMS plugin, we support Twilio, and that's obviously all API driven, but any other SMS provider can be integrated there. But if you feel there's still a gap in terms of what you may need, please let us know, and we'd be happy to make sure we take a look at that and add that, if in case there is really a gap here. There are a few questions in regards to CRM integration. So let's briefly talk about that. So we do obviously allow CRM integration. So in this case here, or in this context, CRM integration is specifically about syncing call logs, time, and transcriptions to CRMs. Dima, I guess with our workflows engine, that would be something that can easily be done.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so CRM integrations is definitely possible. As you are aware, if you look at the capabilities of PortaSwitch, if you look at the capabilities of CRM, there's many different integration points that you could potentially require. So from our point of view, so there are obviously ways. We already have integrations with our workflows engines to sync data between CRMs and Porta billing. But again, if there's something specific that you need to sync to your CRM, that's definitely possible. As long as there's an API available, it can be done with our workflows engine.
Klaus, there's another mention of CRM integration with respect to click to dial, and I bet we have solutions that allow to embed calling capabilities into CRM. different CRMs. There are multiple ways. If you have access to the CRM, not the source code, but a code base, you can embed that PortaPhone Web widget directly as a snippet directly into the HTML. So Svitlana mentioned that we were able to embed it into our cloud PBX, but this web widget can be embedded as an HTML snippet into any web page. So be it a CRM site, so you can embed calling capabilities directly into any web application.
Right? And there is actually, and that's a good input here, because we do also, as an additional capability, we do support HubSpot, Zoho, and Freshdesk marketplace apps, which we call something called PortaPhone CRM. So that's a product that would allow you to have a branded app on those marketplaces, enabling your SMB or enterprise customers to use your HubSpot or Zoho app in those applications to make inbound and outbound calls. And that they obviously have the contact sync and call notes already built in. How many CPS, so calls per second, is the auto dialer capable of? I think, I believe that's basically as powerful as your system is, isn't it?
It's as powerful as your Porta switch. Is because Auto Dialer is a simple web application that will connect to your Porta switch via call control API, originating calls to a predefined number configured per call campaign, and then it will simply call party A, connect it to party B, and off you go. But you can schedule campaigns for future or execute them immediately, but then it still takes your Porta switch to make all this and handle all these calls. So it's not like a separate switch that you need to run outbound call campaigns. No.
Okay, thank you. There's a question here about reporting, and I think Dima, you had already given me the heads up that there will most likely be some questions. So one of the questions is, one of the most requested features from our customers is graphic reports that give them easy understanding of the operation.
Do you want me to handle this?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
So we know about this requirement. It's been a very hot topic for quite a while, and we are currently designing our very first customer-facing reports, so that call centers and the cloud PBX environment owners will be able to see some basic call activity graphs. In the first place, we are planning to add call activity histogram showing the distribution of calls across the time, days and weeks. And then we will, once we design our database, we will start adding new reports, and the other ones coming would be like breakdown of key metrics per group agent. So call centers will be able to analyze how well people are performing, how much time they spent talking, keeping customers on hold, or how frequently they were logging out of a group, taking some break. So yes, this is coming, and we will be adding those reports one by one to the cloud PBX and call center portal.
Great, thank you. There's a question if we have an option for MSPs. I don't know exactly in which context this is, but of course we work with many different types of customers, CSPs, MSPs, and so on. So if you do have a specific question about your specific situation, please get in touch with us at sales@porta.one, and we'll be happy to help you with that. There's an interesting question here in auto attendance, Dima. Can we run API or SQL queries if a client wants to check and validate the caller based on CLI with their own DB or API? Is this feasible?
I seem to understand the answer. When you want to handle the call coming to an auto attendant based on who's calling. So far, our auto attendants do not support the caller ID lookups, but as any SIP account, auto attendant account can have call screening rules so that you can screen calls and take actions. When we introduce AI assistants, we think about introducing custom tools that you can configure. For example, an AI assistant is given permissions to some custom tools like post a request to Google Calendar to book appointment. But I think you will be able, if it evolves, to create some custom tools that will query external databases. But again, let's see when we release this AI assistant, we will be happy to talk what other tools you may need to make it efficient.
Great. Thank you so much. I think we covered quite a few questions here. And thanks everyone for participating and asking your questions. If in case a question pops in your mind after the session's end, not a problem at all. Please always, we're never far away to ask. So there's maybe one more question here before we can close the session. So we're just up here to the hour. In the PBX or call center, some customers have more than one DID. In the case they would like to choose from the soft phone the number that originates the call, so caller ID is guaranteed. I think we just came across that capability, and I think we're already working on this, Dima, I believe.
I think if when it comes to soft phone, it's Svitlana's turn to answer the question.
Okay,
but
yes.
I know that we have it in the roadmap, right, Svitlana?
Yeah, we have it. Yeah, we have it in our roadmap, and we are working on this. Yeah.
Yeah, allowing soft phone users to select the caller ID before they make a call to their customers. So it's something that we know and we plan to add.
Well, and I see the question about contacts here in Web Dialer, and it's also in our roadmap, and actually in latest releases, they will be available in integration with phone book. So it's additional source of contact that will be shown inside.
Yeah, and when it comes to physical phones, like your Yelinks, that still some call centers use, even in North America, we are currently busy adding the phone book provisioning for Yelink, where cloud PBX customer and call center can import contacts to a centralized storage and enable those, they call it directories, sometimes they call phone books, enable them for IP phones. And if IP phones are automatically provisioned by PortaSwitch, those IP phones will simply fetch contacts from the remote URL. So
one more question. Does the auto dialer have the ability to check answered and unanswered calls?
Yes, it does. The auto dialer will show you the statistics of the numbers dialed, and since PortaSwitch can send webhooks when the call changes the status from try and ring into connected, auto dialer will keep the result so that the call was answered or not answered, and you will be able to get the statistics to see how your campaign ran.
Excellent. Thank you, Dima. So that takes us to the end of today's webinar. Thank everyone for attending. Thanks, guys, for illustrating and demonstrating what we've been busy with customers' feedback, what we've been working on. I very much appreciate it. If you do want to learn more, as I mentioned, we're never far away. Please get in touch with us either through our social channels, through email, and so on. And Again, we will have the recording available sometime next week, a summary with the questions that were asked, and we'll obviously publish the answers as well. Once again, thanks so much for attending, and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.